Very welcome to the Purple Sessions. You're very welcome to Boyles of Slane. It's great to have you here. How was the set for you? Did you enjoy it?
Oh, thoroughly. I mean the atmosphere in the pub, as soon as you walk in the door, it's wonderful, and the audiences that are in the Boyles are kind of infamous for just being fantastic listeners.
Brilliant listeners. You could hear a pin drop.
It's a bit of a treat. You could be easily spoiled, you know, if every single venue you ever played in was like that, right?
It'd be great.
That's it, isn't it? Yeah, the audience definitely, you feed off what you get.
This is it. We're at the beginning of my friend Jack project and the journey that the songs are going on, so it was just such a lovely start.
You know it's hard to leave, but it's safe to fall. Falling all the way back into your arms. Falling all the way back under your charms. Falling all the way, and the night he took his star, and how she twinkled.
Before the My Friend Jack project got kicked off, how did you come together?
Well, yeah, I mean, we met through a mutual interest in kite surfing, so we kind of met in the ocean, which is a kind of a recurring theme in a lot of the songs. And we found that a lot of the time, like at weekends away with big groups of surfers and kite surfers, that we were always being called upon. We both played for a long time. We were always being called upon to play a few songs at these after the ocean sessions. And yeah, so we played together a few times, and there was a real instant kind of energy to it. And
there was, yeah. People just loved the pair of us playing, and we so enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, that was a very casual kind of fun thing, but I mean, we only got together and sang a few songs a few times before we thought, right, let's get rehearsing here.
Let's do something with this.
Let's see what can happen, you know. And the vocal thing, I mean, when we sang Harmonies, it just, I think, you know, hairs on the back of the neck for both of us, you know. Yes. And that's rare, it rarely happens.
You know, there's only one place to go. There's only one place to go. When your back's against the wall. When your back's against the wall. But if you believe, then it's safe to fall.
The harmoniousness of how the melodies would come together comes from it's not like we get together and just agree with each other, and there's a good bit of, like, we do spar a little bit, don't we?
A little bit, but it's always kind of enjoyable, and it's always for the greater good of the song, you know.
No, I really think think we should do this, and the pair of us will just be like, oh, you know, and then at the end of it, we end up with something that neither of us probably expected. And the way that the new material that we're writing together has, you know, it's something that is just so unique to my friend Jack.
And the night he took his star, oh, and how she twinkled. And you know you found your star when she twinkles in your shining armor.
The My Friend Jack, where did that name come from?
My Friend Jack was a song that Jenny had already written that we arranged and recorded in my house. And it was just, the very first time I heard it, I just loved the song. And then when we arranged harmonies for it, I loved singing it. And every time we play it, it just puts a smile on your face. It's just one of those songs. It's just.
The song is written about a wonderful character who's unfortunately he's passed away now at the ripe old age of 96, something like that. But an amazing experience to know this man. He was my friend Jack. So I mean, he was an incredible character, and it just seemed like there was a kind of an endearing nature to the song, and it's a happy tune.
Fruit trees, mountains, along Mars, hot springs. Soaking it in, soaking it in. There we will lie, watching the sunrise.
I said to Jenny one day, I think in a text,
Yeah.
My Friend Jack, why not? Like, you know?
And
And it was immediate.
So good, so full.
When you're writing them, you start with piano or you start with guitar, or does it really matter?
I mean, the piano thing is kind of a new-ish addition. I played piano as a child and I haven't played in a long time. And I just said, you know what, I might just get a piano and see what happens.
So it came after the guitars really?
It came after the guitars
Yeah,
for sure,
the guitar's on the boat.
Getting away, driving the car, driving the car, driving the car. Soaking it in, soaking it in, soaking it in, turning it round, turning it round, turning it round.
With the open tunings and what we were discussing with open tunings, it brought things down slightly more haunting, sweet and melodic, but a haunting, ethereal sort of direction that warranted piano. And then I got very interested in learning how to play the cello, so that's a part of My Friend Jack as well. And it seemed to, yeah, the songs were lending themselves to instruments that were a bit more classical.
There's a real light and shade to what we envisage My Friend Jack to be when it's kind of matured a little.
Yeah.
And there's a theatricality to it that we haven't even started playing with yet. And the cello and the piano and that, even the colour that adds to the music it's already kind of self-evident, the theatre that those instruments bring. Yeah.
Tears fall again. transcending my joy to pain.
There seems to be an enormous amount of energy behind the whole concept of my friend Jack that tells us that there's so many sounds. There's so much music.
Stranger things I've yet to feel. The love I've lost and the pain won't heal.
When it comes to music and when it comes to my friend Jack, we certainly hope the audience feel this too when we're performing these songs. It's just about the music. It's about loving the music, feeling very lucky and gifted to be able to do it, being so blessed to be able to get up onto a stage with somebody who you work so well with and feel the kind of applause that we felt at that gig. To just feel that response and know that it is going full circle just as it should.
It's very satisfying, that feeling.
Oh yeah, nothing like it.
So in terms of gigs down the road, have you penciled in a lot of gigs, or are you still working at project stage? Are you still?
I think we're still at project stage, but the interesting thing, Jay, is that we're very conscious not to do the wrong.
Very important.
So
particularly with an act like yourselves.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're very cognizant of the fact that it's not going to fit everywhere. It's not going to work everywhere. It is that theatrical kind of, but there is a poppy element to it as well. I mean, some of the songs are very mainstream, but mostly not, I think.
I think we'd find our feet there. I mean, ultimately, as you say, gigs and future gigs, I'm thinking about performing in Olympia.
Perfect.
Being up there on that stage, and that beautiful, that's
great auditorium.
I mean, in terms of like ding 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 jackpot, it would be a wonderful place to play. And in the meantime, anywhere there's an audience that are happy to listen to some new music.
And some of the groovier festivals, like, you know,
only the groovier ones.
Only the groovier ones.
In the wake of the steel, riding so rain on the Royal Canal. By the time we pass Hill 16.
So when it comes to getting all this stuff done and getting it recorded, are you doing that yourself, or are you taking it to the studio, or how's that happening?
Well, I have a full kind of Pro Tools setup in my house with some very good equipment, and I suppose before we do maybe an EP or an album or anything like that, we'd certainly do an awful lot of kind of post-production in my place.
Where did the tiger go? Well, he's sleeping off a hell of a feed. Shh, please don't wake him. He is the making of lessons hard learned about power and greed.
We seem to do everything very, very naturally, acoustically. And then when we right, let's have a listen back to it when we both want to sit back and hear kinds of sounds, and then we can be constructive and you know build the production.
Then we will heal in the wake of the steel. Riders on rain on the Royal Canal. By the time we pass Hill 16.
So if we would fancy a bit of baron or a bit of rhythmic, you know, percussion, things that would enhance it, then we wouldn't hesitate in finding some wonderful people that we both know over the years of being musicians. We'd love to invite and let a few pyrotechnics happen in the songs for sure.
If you felt it was right.
If the stage is big enough. There's something really, there's a very serious and dark elements, something very ethereal and ghostly about this, and yet we're a pair of jokers. So
Okay.
There is a joyous element to a lot of the
Yeah.
songs as well.
But you've got to have fun, haven't you?
There's
there's
light
just a
shade, yeah.
twist. It's
There goes Dick Warner, a friend for the birds, the pets and the water, the adventure unfurls. Up onto our fields, what a beautiful sight. Miniature horses, apples for the horses.
Websites. Where are we with websites? My friend Jack?
We're really early stage with that stuff.
Okay.
So there will be a Facebook, my friend Jack on Facebook, so you can find that.
We'll take a rest in Kalukan for a tune and a pint before the morning dark flies.
It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
thanks
very
a million.
much.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Derek. Cheers.
Goodbye from the Purple Sessions.
Thank you, the Purple Sessions.
Yes, indeed.
And there we will